So this is what I've been up to for quite some time. Instead of making videos, I spent like my previous year nearly fucking dying 3 separate times. Ignore that zombie. There's a zombie that a buddy put in here. Get the fuck out of the way. Buddy put a shovel zombie down there. I think they need it. I don't though, so. But in my free time, I've just been playing games. Not this game. This is a relatively new thing. This is just kind of the net new shit I'm on. You know, that hashtag new big. I'm gonna give a tour of my little joint I got going on here. I feel like I feel like I'm showing you the Animal Crossing town of Quickville. It's kind of embarrassing, but you know, I put a lot of effort and time into this thing, and I hope it just keeps going. I hope this is like a forever world kind of deal. So the first thing before I even tell you what the fuck you're looking at is this is a Cobblemon server. If you couldn't, if you if you couldn't tell, this is a Cobblemon server. I'm actually hosting the Cobblemon server. Right now, it's not exactly open to the public or anything. This is still a like private kind of thing. Just, you know, friends and friends of friends type shit. And I'm not running it on my computer. At first, I was just leaving my computer on, just running it, and it was fine that way. My computer's is a beefy one, but I didn't want to just do that forever because I wanted the server to be something that comes on and then stays on, and it doesn't rely on me waking up and then turning on my computer and then melting my fucking components so it can run. Yo, he got that fucking plug walk. God. So this isn't actually running on my actual PC. I just realized you can see the Geico ad. There's a lot in store for you to see. But instead of it running on my main PC, it's actually running on. Let me pull up OBS really quick. It's actually running off of this. This is a different PC. This is like an office PC that I found on eBay for like $100, and it was pretty good. It was refurbished. I took a look at it. It was pretty clean. I opened it up, and honestly, pretty good condition for $100. Nothing fancy, but it is running a 6-core CPU, which is really all I cared about, just the amount of cores. And then it's got 16 gigs of RAM, and it's pretty okay-ish RAM, but fine for just running a server. It doesn't do anything else. I plan on updating it later to be like a storage hub and then getting a dedicated Minecraft server rig going, but that's like A, so not needed, and B, it's like a future plan. It's not anytime soon gonna happen. But yeah, so I got the server running on this thing instead of my main computer, and if I need to install like server-side mods, I just do it from this computer instead. So that's what I got going on with that. Back to the game. The server is running, I think, like 230 mods or something like that. It's a pretty beefy server. This is like a pretty hefty. I'm gonna move over here because I'm hearing that guy. And you're already seeing one of the mods in question. We felt because you could just ride Pokemon, and this isn't on the modern Cobblemon. This is not Cobblemon 1.7, which came out literally a week after I set up the server finally. This is Cobblemon 1.6.1, I think, still. But you can ride Pokemon because there were mods that let you do that, and because we were like, you can already fly pretty early on. Like, you just get a bird Pokemon, you're good. If you have Pokemon like Volcarona or Magnezone like this, you can just go in first person. You basically have like a somewhat gimped creative fly anyways. So we made it so that the Elytra just gives you creative fly when you're in survival. That was just a little thing. And also I added armored Elytras because, like, what the fuck, why not? But anyways, yeah, so this is a pretty hefty mod pack that I put together myself. There are a lot of mods, but most of them are just either library mods or like quality of life stuff or like Cobblemon specific things. Then we have tab. I'm gonna have to edit this. I can't move around too much because it has a Discord link in there, and it's not open to the public. Sorry, you can't see that, but you know, I got some cool stuff going. It's called Burn a Village because that's the name of the Discord server I have with my friends. So that's just what it's called. I got the nice happy holiday shit going on. That thing dead naming me. Damn, I haven't used the full name, the full government name in a while. It's just been waste. But we got like nickname mods, so if I like say hi in the chat, like you can see it right there. I made it look beautiful and shit. And then your nickname shows up when you do that and all that. You can AFK and it'll appear, so you can see all that good stuff. It's a pretty nice mod pack. I'm pleasantly happy with it, and it's not too intensive on the computer that I'm playing on, at least. Mainly because of shaders. If I turn off shaders, it's like, you know, runs a lot better, but damn, you know, I just missed the way Minecraft looks with the shaders, so we're just gonna keep that shit on. All right, I got that shit on me. It's more intensive on the server computer, if anything, but that's just because it's an old office computer and its main job is just to run. That's all it needs to do. But that being said, hey, what the fuck? Why not? So let me just go and give a tour of the place. So I'll begin with like why it's called Bullion Town. I wanted this place to be like a town that has a gym, because, you know, it's Cobblemon. I wanted to, like, if people can beat me, I'll give them a gym badge. I thought that'd be like a cool, quirky thing to do. I'm a grown adult that pays taxes, and I couldn't come up with a name with the bank that I wanted to build. I was gonna build like a bank, and that was gonna be the gym. It was gonna be a steel type gym. It's a bank, and like the whole thing is like, you know, there's just a bunch of gold ingots and like precious metals, and that, yeah, that's why it's a steel type gym. And Goldango would be like the ace mon. It just fit really well, right? And I was struggling to come up with a name, and I have a friend named Ubel who was like, yo, name it like Bullion Mint or something like that. I looked it up later, and it's a Toontown reference, like it's the location in Toontown. I haven't played Toontown, so I kind of went over my head at first. But then I was like, you know what, Bullion sounds like a good ass name, because, you know, gold bullions. And then I'll go into it more later when we get there, but originally the way my base started was with a bunch of cubes, so I thought bullion cubes, you know, bullion ingots, and I was like, name the whole town Bullion Town. And also there's gonna be a lot of food places, so like, you know, like food, it just worked. And then that's how I came up with the name Bullion Town, so I keep zooming in. And we have a mod, image to map, pretty popular, I think. Just lets you turn images that you resize yourself. It turns them into maps you can put down, so you can have whatever images you want. So I made some like sign towns. You walk in through this gate, and you know the other side you are now leaving. I felt proud of doing this. I should also preface, like, this sign is not a design I made. This is a tutorial thing I found. This is something I got inspired to make. Oh god, he's still fucking gone. This is something I got inspired to make from like an image I saw of like someone's like archway. I expanded it and expanded it, or extended, and then put some trapdoors around it. It wasn't wholly my own idea. And then the cubes were from, I'll put a video or like a snapshot of it or something on the screen. It was some dude's modular base idea, and I didn't know how big or small I could make things when I first played, because I kind of went into Cobblemon a little bit blind. I didn't know all the features and stuff, and like all the new stuff to do. So I wanted a base that I could, in theory, just expand as much as I wanted in real time. And then it kind of grew into just making regular standard builds and stuff. So even these cubes aren't even my own idea, and by extension, I guess the street design. I've since then abandoned that. I'm going to be probably getting rid of that building and then these buildings. I'm keeping these and those. But yeah, so those are, no, even the fucking cubes aren't an original design. That's obviously from like a TikTok or something. Oh, you can see Saul Goodman a little early. Even the beacon design is from like a TikTok or something. This fountain that I've been flying over, this is like from Instagram. So don't go thinking I'm a builder because it looks all nice. Like this billboard, nice little image I made, is from the same person that made this billboard over here. This iron farm is from an Instagram account. This is from a YouTube tutorial. I changed materials here and there, and I will say, like, I changed the entire top section. So I'm making alterations here and there and changing materials. Don't go thinking I'm like all that. The street lamps I took from an image and I kind of mixed it around a little bit, but I'm pretty sure a street lamp like this isn't even that original. It's like 10 people that came up with this, you know, like in the last hour. There's the Geico ad again. Even this bus stop I kind of minorly took from someone else, but I put the chair that you get from Pablo Fernies, and here's a little stop sign, or not stop sign, a little bus stop sign. There's Saul Goodman again, and Poke Center's now hiring. We got a Taco Bell ad and a Dr. Pepper ad on the other side, and then I found this on Google Images. I have no idea who made it. I think it was some Reddit post I'll flash on the screen or something. And then here's a Poke Center I made. This one I took from a YouTube short, but it wasn't like a build guide or anything. There was no tutorial for it. Like someone just speed built it, and I kind of just recreated it from. It was like in like ×10 speed too, so I just kind of like took the design and took it, and then I completely changed this. I took this design for the Pokeball logo. I took that from a different Poke Center tutorial, so I'm not like a. Can I help you? So yeah, I took the Poke Center design, like the building itself. The insides are like he also put, whoever it was, put an aquarium, and I wanted to do an aquarium for all the different Magikarp forms I would eventually like fish up. I got 2 right here. Oh, there's some zombies out there. You know what? I'm just gonna fuck it. All right, set time today. I'm off. I can do that. I did this design for the table. Oh, this entire time I forgot to change the materials here. This whole time for weeks it's been like this. Wow. Anyways, there's Metro Boomin. Some PCs. This is meant for like anyone to use. They can just come in and use it. This is gonna be moved. This is like a reassembly unit for Zygarde. This is gonna be moved to like a Pokemon lab I'm gonna build. It'll have like the fossil shit, and it'll have this in there. And I try to make it as, you know, just nice and cozy as possible. And then we have the upstairs, and this is where the magic happens, baby. This is gonna go away, and this is the portal to the Aether. That's right, we have the Aether in this hoe. I purely added it originally because it was just another place for more Pokemon to spawn, and also that spider's annoying me. We're gonna go kill him real quick. Yeah, no solicitors. But yeah, I added it originally just because it was a place to. Oh my god, there's zombies out there. We gotta find out. Oh my god, he got that shit on. He got that shit on. He got that shit on for real. But after a while, I just figured, you know, like the Aether's just a good thing to have, not just because of Pokemon spawns, but it's fun. I have yet to do on this server like Aether shit really, so I gotta go in there. It's like something for me to do, but I'm kind of saving it for when I'm all like even more kitted out than this. Like I got all my Pokemon ready and stuff. I built a little shop here. So there's a Cobble Merchant mod that adds like a currency. You can see the bottom left there. I have a resource pack that changes the ugly ass symbol they did for Cobblemon dollars. It just makes it the Poké Dollar symbol. It's what it should have been from the start. But we got William Frederick Durst over here, and he's the NPC villager merchant, whatever. And I decided I pulled a boss move. I made this guy sell at the equivalent of the Pokemon games instead of the default prices. So all these like prices are based off of the actual like in-game prices, except for this. I kept that the same, I think, just because that's fair. We have this thing called Master Candies. I just figured just throw that in there, make it pretty expensive. Then I made every TR that's ever been available and doesn't overlap with like. So basically, this is like the SV TM list, plus like some Dexited moves from Gen 7's TM list, and they're all listed for the price that they actually are in game. This is because getting TMs and TRs by default with simple TMs is like agony. Like it's nearly impossible to get specifically what you're looking for. It's just an endless grind of just bullshit. And then there is another mod that lets you craft them, but they're like way too expensive. And at that point we had already. Oh my god, we have a solicitor. Okay, we'll deal with him in a sec. Anyways, but you know, held items. These are all craftable, but there's an option to just buy it if you have the money. And not that many people have that much money. Evolution items. Some utility items that are added from a different mod. Like we got a counter, the box link, Pokénavs. Because the way you get fucking Pokénavs, you have to go to a deep dark city. And I just think that's bullshit just for a really simple item that you really should just be able to start with. Some gender change shit. Ball changing stuff, reducing friendship and increasing friendship. Because at a point where when you're able to just afford these in mass, you've already gotten to a point where you have so many resources you could probably just make it. So this is like a nice alternative. So yeah, something to actually spend your money on. For a while, Terra Shards weren't dropping on our server because of an incompatible mod I had no idea was conflicting with Mega Showdown. So I made Terra Shards available for purchase, and I decided to keep it that way because in order to Terra Pokemon, we made it so you only need 30 shards to change a Pokemon's Terra type. But in order to still afford it, it's like over 3,300k. So it's like, if you're gonna blow that much money to change a Terra, like, we might as well just give you the option too. And then we got tickets, and these are to change your currency into like an item, and then you can use those items to gamble and let it spin. You know what? We'll do a quick spin. How about that? We'll just do like 5. We'll just do 5. All right. We'll only do 5. We're using the big boy tickets, not the cheap $1,000 ticket. We're doing the big boy spins. All right. Look at that. I'm already a winner. All right. It's that easy. That loss means nothing. It doesn't mean anything. This shit don't mean nothing to me. It would have been really funny if I hit the fucking jackpot there. I'll completely admit it. I really thought I was going to win the jackpot there after saying that, and that would have also been really funny. But I don't expect to win anything. Okay, yeah, I just wanted to get it over with. We also have some other gacha machines. This one takes relic coins. This one takes tokens, which you make out of emeralds. And then we have a item printer, which requires more relic coins, but you get more items and strictly that. And then we have the chromatic, which takes apricorns. All right, let's go and let's see if that Zapdos is still there. Let's just kill him. I have like 3 Zapdos already, and this guy keeps spawning here like every other day. He might have despawned just from me not being here enough. I think he's actually gone. But that's honestly fine. Like, no joke. That's completely fine. He appears that often. It's at a point to where I'm just tripping over Zapdos. So, this is the Poke Center, complete with bus stop full of ads. Now higher. What the fuck? We got a train station here. This is another YouTube tutorial train station. I don't think the only thing I changed were these leaves to be these red maple leaves that I really like from the Biomes of Plenty mod we have. Ah, that guy has a mark. Yeah, we have marks from like SV. Maripa the sociable? I can't tell because he's fucking, yeah, the sociable. That's cool. But there hasn't been an interior made because the tutorial didn't have the interior. But even if it did, I don't think I'd even do it anyways because I have plans for having like an actual big train in here, like a model of a train. And then you go in and sit down in the seat and push a button. And there's like command blocks that like teleport you across other towns, like other people's towns that they want me to have teleports there. Other towns I plan on making in the future, stuff like that. So there isn't any interior. Same with the upstairs. There isn't anything in here because that has yet to actually have been drafted or decided what I'm gonna do. I named it Slatkin Station, named after the person behind America's largest Ponzi scheme. Because if you haven't been able to tell by now with the fucking Geico advertisement on the side of a Poke Center, this is kind of like a red state city. That makes any sense. Just kind of like a urban, a little bit shady, some Albuquerque in the Breaking Bad kind of level stuff. I mean, we have the Better Call Saul billboard. I think you understand what I mean when I say this. So there's like subtle nods to it here and there. I have this beautiful fountain that I found from Instagram. I'm 90% sure half the reason I get lag whenever I visit my own town is because of this section. And we have the raid function. Oh, there's a Tinkerton raid. You know, why don't we do a Tinkerton raid while we're here? Might as well, right? Let me get the boss. Let me get the Dawn, and let me tag him in real quick. So we have the Terror Raid mod. It is pretty cool and fun, and we do raids every now and then whenever they pop up and they have a mod that we actually care about. Like, that's just a thing that happens. Yeah, that shit bouncing off. Play rep, that's doing nothing. I also hate how it does this. I know there's a mod to get rid of it, but I can't find it. I saw it before and I lost it. Anyways, eat this heat crash. Yeah. Yeah, see ya, bozo. Whoa! Oh, Jesus Christ. But a beautiful, beautiful, fountain I found. I changed up some of the materials and then I added a different water section. This was originally like an axolotl fountain. I just put some tropical fish and called it a day. And then I put a raid crystal there in the middle, and instead of doing amethyst crystals, I did I think they did amethyst crystals in theirs. I don't remember actually. I did these rose quartz crystals that are from the Biomes of Plenty mod that match the maple trees. So that's what I did. And then we got this billboard here. For any fans of Ryuki, there's gonna be a... If you can make out what that says, you can be rest assured I made a nice little reference. We've got this billboard here. I decided to just make it as lively as possible. I wanted to make it look like an actual town. Got the nice town map going on here. Cool build going. I'm a little happy with it. We got this this sword, and I added ground details after a friend told me I totally should, and I agreed. They were right. Park bench, ass shit, really working. Picnic table and campfire. I didn't really know what to do with this area too much, so I just kind of put shit together until it made sense. And then I had this strip of land. I didn't know what to do with it. My friend was like, the same friend that told me to detail the ground there was like, put a walkway. And I think they were right. I just found some like graffiti images from Google, and then some like fake Pokemon movie posters, all from Google. I have no idea where they're from. I just recolored the Gen 1 Haunter spray and called it a day, and then some more movies. I think this is from Black 2, White 2. This is from the PokeStar Studios. Slap that on there, and then obviously you've already seen it like 10,000 times. We got the Pokoichi Banya new location coming soon. We got Slip and Jimmy. This is the Villager Trading Hall. This isn't actually from a YouTube tutorial. This is from, like, I found a schematic, and I just filled it in myself. The zombies are going to be so loud, I'm sorry. I'm going to actually turn down the game volume, just as a precaution for now. So we got some legendary monuments, because we have the legendary monuments mod. Let me increase the game volume. Whoops, you can't hear shit. Villager Hall, which have some of those, and then what you're hearing are the zombies that we have here for like when we need to reset shit. You pull the lever down, and then it puts the villager down, and they get mauled by the zombie. Then you pull it back up, and they're good. On this side we have all the I put some wandering traders I found. I'm still looking for one that gives packed ice, and he's replacing this one the moment I find one. We got the one with dripstone and vines. This one had gunpowder, which was fucking insane to me. We don't need to do a creeper farm no more. Oh! Oh. Okay, whatever. You know, just some bullshit. I found this guy, and he has maps and stuff, so I said fuck it. This guy has some pretty good stuff, if I remember correctly. This is our mending villager, so, you know, there he is. We got some of these. I might get rid of them, though, because we won't need them. This is where the farmer villager is going to go. I have one, I'm just too lazy to set him up. And then we have the iron to emerald conversion guy, and then he gives diamond armor. So that's pretty cool. And then we have the one I'm using the most until I set up the farmer. We got the butcher, who for 1 emerald gives you 5 pork chop. So I'm never starving ever again. That's the good cushion alcohol. In terms of the designs, you know, basic rustic kind of village shit. Another one of those same exact signs, and I roped off a flower bed because I didn't know what to do with the area, so I just said fuck it, put some flowers down. But nice design. Oh, that skeleton's gonna shoot me. You know what? Now we're gonna show you the Pokemon daycare I made, because that's where my bed is right now. I don't have a house yet. I really should make a house, but at the same time, I've been so focused on building the town itself that I haven't even done shit. But this is the daycare. This is from a YouTube tutorial, but I changed the materials out. We got Agnes, Tachyon, and Gold Chip, because I actually really fuck with those guys. Because they do Kamen Rider poses. You know, some nice stuff, What the fuck? Alright. Time to show you one of the other mods we have. So we have a mod that lets you put every enchantment that a bow can have onto a crossbow, and it also lets you put all crossbow enchantments without overlap. So we got the Smash 12. Alright, I really should go to sleep so I can get rid of these zombies. This is the daycare. It was an animal breeding farm, and I turned it into a daycare. I got some dittos in here that are from my homie. Being up, obviously, I fucking made them all max IV. You know, we on that 6 IV hacked in on 3DS bullshit. Let's not get carried away really quick. I'm just gonna go to bed so we can tap this in the daytime. All right, starting back down the bottom. So I have it set up to where there's a 6 IV ditto in each of one of these from a different original trainer. Since I make the Masada method a little easier, and then what you do is you just put in the Pokemon you want to breed. It'll pair up with the Ditto. You come in here, you get your Everstones and Destiny Knots, and then underneath, you can see right here, underneath the pasture is a hopper connected to one of these crystal chests because we have the iron chest mods, and then have over here a chunk loader. So whenever someone's on, this thing is pumping out eggs. I increased the amount of eggs a pasture block can hold from 5, because you have to have a player here in order for the hopper to move the eggs into the chest. So what I did was I changed the amount that a pasture block can hold from 5 to 64. I felt that was pretty fair. And then when you arrive in here, boom, you land in. Chest gets full of eggs. Over here are 6 IV eggs because I was doing some shiny stuff, and I did get shinies. I got a shiny Poniard, and I got 2 shiny Hon Edges, and then any perfect ones I just put in here. We have yet to hatch them. And then any bum eggs you get, you just put in here. It's connected to a dispenser or a dropper and lava. You get the gist. Let's go upstairs. I have some I have some references here and there. Except that's not a reference, that's just Daniel. That's just Daniel. Anyways, so over here we got some sofa shit going on. I have a whole guide on that I made and I wrote up to tell people how to do eggs if they want to use my daycare for anything. This is all decoration. This is straight from the video tutorial, honestly. I just, I didn't really know what to do with this section, honest to God, so I just copied the tutorial and just put chests. There's really nothing in these chests. It's just a quick powder in there. And then in here, I don't know, I just, you know, sit in front of a fucking TV all day, and then we got a fridge with fucking... Oh, I thought the freak out. I forgot, it's the top and the bottom. The top part is, lingering potions of slowness for beer. Sink. And then this is just where I've been sleeping for now, but I plan on making an actual house for myself. Upstairs I did the same thing as the tutorial. It's just it's all decorative. There's nothing here in any of these chests. It's all empty. He's immune. He doesn't feel the sun whatsoever. I'm a little worried. He didn't even seem to be bothered by me. I just fucking killed him. Cold blood. I shot him in the back of the head while he was watching the sunrise. And this tall glass of water over here is an iron farm. Last I checked, it had 900 iron in it. That was like an hour ago. Oh, I never turned that on. I'll have to turn that on. And here's bone meal because iron golems drop poppies. There's an item sorter. Wait, let's go up to this iron sorter. Same person who told me to make that walkway helped me make a 5x5. Oh, we got a victim. Yeah, rest in peace, my guy. Anyway, so my friend who told me to make the walkway also cooked up a 5x5 item sorter. So poppies go in here and then go into a composter, and then everything gets brought down here. Come on, let me down. Let me down. There we go. And then that gets turned into bone meal and that's put in here. Now that chest is the iron chest, and last time I checked, it was 900. I made this last night. It hasn't even been a full 24 hours since I made this tower. We're gonna see how much it's made in a day. Goddamn, 1,780. That's almost double. In like holy shit. Okay, I need to fucking AFK here more. Also, I believe it's in range of the, yeah, it's like 3 chunks away. So it's like barely in the chunk for the chunk loader. So I think it's good. I don't actually know if that's how that works or not. I'm not like a Minecraft pro. That's why I do fucking tutorials for all my goddamn builds, because I'm not really that great. I'm in it for the Pokemon, honestly. But yeah, that iron farm seems to be working pretty good. I just actually made this before recording. This is just, this wasn't even from a build. Oh, I fucked something up. Hold on. Damn. That's crazy. Anyways, oh, there's redstone. You know, we'll go into that in a bit. 1 second. Lead was... No. Yeah, it's this. Alright, there we go. Whoops. So this is, just like a temporary Pokemon battleground for battles and shit. When we get those popping off. I just wanted to have something here, and I didn't know what to put here, and I wanted to have something like this somewhere. A little space for you to know where you stand, and then you just throw your silly little guy out, and he's fucking huge, man. But, the redstone you saw earlier is a little sneaky. I hid it over here as a daylight sensor behind the daycare here. I might put some more flowers just to surround it, and underneath it, underneath all of this is a line of redstone that goes to the corner lights, and then this is a light here. It all leads up to here. So when it's nighttime, it lights up just like that, and then in the day, there you go, bada bing, bada boom. I have yet to figure out what I want to put here. It's gonna be a small building, nothing too crazy, but there'll be something here. I think maybe like a food thing. I would probably go hard as fuck. I don't know. This is all like the old world. So I originally started the world here. All this like look at this terraforming. This was all mountainous. Like this is like I cut that mountain in half basically and try to make it look as natural as possible. That's what I'm good at. I'm good at terraforming. Same thing with all of this. All of this was just all over the place. Honestly, all of this was all over the place. None of this was flat whatsoever. So this is the current main entrance, I guess, of the town. And it all started here with this building. This is the first thing I built. It was this building. And then I built the building next to it, and then I built this building over here. And it was based off of that one video. In fact, you could probably literally see it physically, how I was doing the original video. And I didn't know what I wanted the base to be at first. I was just building. Right now, a lot of this shit is just empty. The only building that has anything in it, really, is this building. It's because it's where all my storage is. And then underneath it, I put some brewing stuff, small netherwort farm. I need to make a more dedicated one, probably when I redo all this. And then just an enchanting room. Nothing crazy. Nothing insane. But, this is like, I'm keeping these two buildings, and I'm probably making them high-risers, like, so they'll go up quite a bit. Might keep this building, not even sure what I'm going to do with it. Even when I built it, I didn't know what I was going to do with it. This was originally the Poke Center. This was originally where it was, and it was, you know, there's a logo and everything here. You can actually see in the inside here, you know, that's where the healing machine was. There's the Pokeball I fucked up and ruined. But now it's under construction, and it connects underground as well. There's a staircase and everything, and then there's roof access. You go in here, and there's just roof access up here. I need to figure out what to do with these buildings. I want to keep them because 1, this is where the billboards are, and 2, the graffiti, and 3, I just like the way they look. Honestly, like this honestly kind of goes hard. Like I won't lie. So I want to keep these buildings. I just need to figure out what I want to do with them. The storage is not going to last. All that storage, all those items I have in there, like everything, like all of this is going to be put into my main house when I make it. And I'm pretty sure I'm putting it in this corner over here, this back corner. That's 90% sure where I'm going to put it. Well, yeah, that's what these cubes are, and that's where the Bullion cube idea came from. I'm keeping some of the cubes for sure. This one's going away, for sure. No idea what I want to do here. Maybe I can keep these both and make high-risers, I don't know. This cube I had planned here, that's gone. That's just gone. This is going to be a walkway, because I expanded out here. Originally, this was all hills and shit, and I changed that up. There's going to be a walkway and then, you know, a street here. So that's what that's going to be. No idea what this building's going to be. And this building is the Nether Portal building. Just so that if a zombie piglin comes out, it's trapped in here and not walking around. Really nice design. I do like it, but I'm not keeping it. I will be using a different design once I find a new place to put the Nether Portal. And I think I might reuse this design, but change the materials to keep everything else pretty much the same for the Aether Portal. But that's just that's a to be determined. It's not like high on the priority list at all. And then the last thing that I haven't gone over is this greenhouse over here. My friend Kelp, they made a town as well. Maybe I can show it some other time. But they had this beautiful cherry leaf greenhouse they found through a tutorial. And I just used schematic and I copied it. And I was like, can I copy? And they were like, yeah, sure. And I copied it and turned it into an autumn-themed one instead. With the free-range bees. Now, this isn't a dedicated honey farm. It just has some honey stuff going on. I do plan on making a dedicated honey farm in the Nether. But for now, this is just where I'm growing shit. I'm going to be doing a lot of berry mutation shit. That's why this is empty. I just haven't gotten around to it. But for now, it's just getting me wheat, carrots, and then vivichokes and pep-up flowers. There's my shiny combi. That's a shiny combi. Also, I just have a bunch of combi floating around because we have a mod that lets pasture mons drop some of their loot. I had to go into the config file and make it so that these things won't drop poison barbs because they just wouldn't stop dropping those. So every now and then you get like an extra honeycomb or two whenever you visit. I think it's worth it for that alone. But yeah, that's the build, I think. Nothing too crazy going on yet. Just a lot of tutorial stuff. I plan on this is where I'm going to have a small Pokemon lab, because the Pokemon lab doesn't need to be big. It's just a bunch of fossil shit and like decoration. It doesn't need to be tall or big at all. Just a standard small building here, and then some greenery, and then a pathway leading up to this corner. I'm going to fill in over here, and this is where my house will be. I haven't built the bank yet that they said was going to be a gym. This is the street that will lead to it, though, and I plan on having it, like, over here, and then it goes really deep in for the Pokemon Battle Stadium, and it's going to cut into this mountain, which I'll have to do some more terraforming with later, but when I get to it, I'll get to it. I plan on having, like, a school building, because Pokemon towns tend to have those, and I think I want to do that somewhere over here. Originally, this was gonna be where the daycare was. I don't even know what's going to be here now, because I ended up putting the daycare over here. It just looks better over here. I'm not too sure what I want to do with this lot now, but I don't know. We'll figure it out when we get there. And then obviously I have to do the train shit. You know, have the train jet out, and then you can go in, push a block, and bam. Because, you know, we like trains. But yeah, this is kind of what I've been doing. I plan on doing some cool, like, Pokemon Battle Sim stuff in here. Like, basically this is just walking Natdex format, right? This is just Natdex, because you have access to everything and all the gimmicks, Dexited moves and mons. So I might just do some, like, battling with people if they want to play Natdex OU, like that. I think that'd be pretty cool. It just seems like a good old time, honestly. But yeah, thanks for watching. I know it's not my usual content, and most people shouldn't even care. The only reason I'm putting on this channel is because, hey, look, it's it's Cobblemon, guys. It's Pokemon. I'm doing Pokemon content, and I want to do a long-form YouTube video because there's just a lot to go over. But yeah, this is what I've been doing. I've been chilling. I do plan on making a video. I did that poll earlier where I was like, what video you want to see in Heatrans Rights 1, and then Mega Heatran dropped completely unplanned, so you already know what's probably about to happen. It's probably going to be a Heatran retrospective video or something. I'll get to it when I get to it. I've been busy trying to do work stuff. I've been busy, you know, some family stuff going on. And then I was recovering from a lot of health-related shit, you know, the previous year. So, yeah, thanks for everything, everybody. Have a good one.